Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It is 10:24 a.m. It is sunny today, which is nice because yesterday it was cloudy and rainy. Oh, yesterday I did I did finish writing down the pattern for my little top that I have right here. There are some loose ends, but this is the plum top. I'm gonna give you better pictures on my Instagram. I did rework the pattern so that the front and back are symmetrical because on the top I have right here, the back is higher than the front, but I actually liked it more if it was more like symmetrical, kind of like the June top I petite knit so that it has a low back and a low front, like kind of square. Today I wanted to organize my yarn stash and kind of talk about what I would want to make with all the yarn I have left, because I have a couple of skeins of yarn that I have lying around that are left over, and then I have some that I haven't used at all because I just thought the color was pretty and that I don't know what I'm going to make with them. And I do have like 7 skeins or like balls of yarn in acrylic. And the thing is, I'm not a fan of acrylic, but I'm also the type of person that I'm way too scared to like wash all of my hand knits in like nice yarns. So I don't actually, okay, I know acrylic can be like really scratchy, but the acrylic that I get is like the cheapest of the cheapest, and it's not environmentally friendly, I know, but I do like using acrylic for sweaters that I know I'm going to be wearing a lot. And my very first sweater was my Louvre sweater, and I made that in acrylic, and I thought it's super soft, it's warm, I don't get really sweaty in it, because people say like acrylic doesn't keep you warm, but you get really sweaty. I don't have that issue, and it's really, really soft, and it holds up very nicely in my opinion. And so I have this lot of like royal blue yarn. But yeah, I just want to do that. My yarn stash isn't that big, but it's definitely unorganized, and all of the balls get tangled, which is definitely not great. Before we get started, let me show you my progress on the boring shorts. Jesus. Just because they're right there on my desk. I wasn't very smart. Okay, so basically you work the waistband first with like 1 purl row, and then you fold it in half, and then you and then you knit it together, right? With the elastic in between. And I didn't do that because I felt like, oh, I'll just like sew it in afterwards, but that's gonna be ugly. You're gonna be able to see the stitches on this side. But then also, I was watching Tiffany Lou's stream and I was like, yeah, I'm working on the boring shorts, but the gauge is so off. And she's like, yeah, my gauge is off too. But Tiffany, are your shorts this wide too? Because mine look like the size of a newborn baby. And it is quite stretchy, but I don't think this is gonna fit over my hips, like at all. And I know I'm working on short circular needles, but still, what is this? And I'm using the right amount of stitches, right? I hope it's gonna fit because I love this yarn. It's so soft, and I already made a top with this yarn that I didn't end up liking, and so I scrapped it and I restarted using this. And if this one isn't gonna work out either, I'm gonna be pissed. Whatever. I just filmed this intro right now because it's nice and light. Yeah, okay. Anyway, goodbye. Here we are. It's the next day. It's 11:30 a.m., which is way too late. I woke up at 8. And then I started watching some YouTube on the television, working on the ribbing of my sweater. And I'm the type of person, I will knit in sections, right? So if I see that I only have to do like 2 more centimeters of rib, I have to finish that, even if it takes me like 2 hours, which is not a good mentality, but I do think I have ADHD. So like I get hyper focused on things, and then I lose control of everything else. I did just take a shower because I forcibly took myself out of that flow, turned off the TV, did a couple of stretches because I was so tense from just sitting down for 2 hours. Ate breakfast, took a shower, and now we're here. Let me give you a little bit better of a close-up. Okay, so this is some leftover mohair that I have. It's just less than 1 ball, and that's what I made the star with on my sweater. This is the yarn I used for my Marseille sweater. It's a wool alpaca and acrylic blend from like a random brand that it was like a stock sale, right, at a store, so I just got it, but it didn't have like a label on it, so I think it's like a pretty random brand, but it's very nice. I really like it, but I don't know what to make with this yet. I might make it's not gonna be enough for a hat, but maybe like a Sophie scarf, like a really fluffy Sophie scarf, or leg warmers. No, that's not gonna be enough. I don't know, like a scrap project, but the problem is all of my scraps that I have are different yarn weights, or like the colors don't match well, so I don't know. But this is definitely something that I will be incorporating in whatever, really, like a bandana or a scarf. It's a bit scratchy for a scarf, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm not throwing this out, I'm keeping this for like accessories, scrap projects. This is the yarn that I'm using for the sweater that I'm currently making. The thing is, this is also from the same, it's called the Zeeman, and it's like a European store. It's very cheap, but sometimes they have like quite nice yarns. And this is a cotton blend with acrylic, which is like really strange, and I don't know the meterage of this anymore because I don't have the label anymore. But it was one huge skein. It was one huge ball of yarn, and like I'm making the entire sweater with just this, and I think it's gonna be enough, or like I hope so, because if it's not, I'm gonna cry, because they don't sell, like, it's the home brand yarn, so it goes out of season and you cannot get this anymore. So if it's not enough, I'm gonna cry. But I don't know why they blended cotton with acrylic, but I did kind of like the look of this, and as I'm designing a pattern myself for this sweater slash maybe cardigan, so I don't want to buy super expensive like cashmere or whatever to have it then turn out shitty. So I'm like using stash yarn with it, and I'm like, it looks nice, it might not be the best quality, but I'm not buying anything new, and I'm reusing yarn that I have, because I actually started my Moby sweater with this, and my Moby sweater looked really bad. I didn't know how to do cables and stuff yet, so they were all like uneven sizes, and the faux cables were all asymmetrical. But so yeah, I reused the yarn for that just very simple sweater, so that it's a yarn stash buster. But like I stopped buying from that store because I do want to be a bit more sustainable, and I also just want to use like nicer yarns or like wider color varieties. Then let's get into this bag, which has totally ripped. I have one little ball of yarn left from my starry cardigan thing that I made, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably make a Sophie scarf out of it and give it to somebody. It's Drops Nepal, it's alpaca wool blend, because it's not really a color that matches any of my other colors, and I do really want to make an Olymp vest by Le Pool, but I don't know with what yarn I'm gonna do that, because this just doesn't go with anything else, because it's like too dark. Then the rest of this whole bag is cotton, but okay, I have this Schachenmeier organic cotton, 50 grams. I have 2 of these blue left. No, 2.5 of these blue ones, and then I have 1 light blue one. No, 2 light blue ones, damn. Okay, so this was a birthday gift from one of my friends, and he got me like 11 of these cotton skeins, and like cotton was like really, you don't need a lot for like a top, because you're not gonna make a sweater with cotton. And so I made this top with this yarn, and I still have so much of it left. Okay, so I do really love these colors together, so I think I'm just gonna use these together, these two, and I might just make another striped top, but like one with spaghetti straps, like a crop top, like a loose one, not a form-fitting one, not like a tank top, and then use the rest for like maybe a crochet top. I do want to like crochet a little bit more. I will never in my life crochet a sweater or a cardigan, because I just think that looks horrible. I'm so sorry. But like lace crochet I think is nice, like the Rose Swan things that she makes, like those skirts, like those beach skirts, those beach tops. She just has a really nice use. I love her experiments she does with like texture in crochet, because I feel like, I'm so sorry, I know that crocheting is like more popular than knitting right now on like social media, but personally I think crochet clothing can look tacky really quickly, and so I don't think crochet cardigans, especially if it's like with acrylic and like really chunky needles, it doesn't look nice, because you cannot like wet block acrylic yarn, so you have to like steam it, but I don't feel like people do it. I don't know, not a fan of crochet clothing. Then I have some more purple left from my plum top that I might mix and match. Like it doesn't look awful actually with this light blue, but I wouldn't know to make with it. Like I want to keep that light blue with the dark blue Schachenmeier. This is from Sestrena Grena, and I just have 1 of these left. And then I have 4 more skeins. I have Rowan cotton, which normally I would never buy because it's super expensive, but I got this last year because I was working on my portfolio for a textile design course in Sweden, and I wasn't accepted but I still have this left, and I thought like I'll use like quality stuff, so like to make sure that it's gonna be a nice piece. Didn't really work, so I just have these two random greens. Wait, I have more greens I see now, and I did more green. I got like multiple shades of green because I was working on a top that had a green, it was green with a green plant on it, and I was working on a crochet bucket hat. Yeah, it's way too small for me, so, and I might reuse the yarn, but it's all twisted up and it's like super knotty, and it's like the thinnest cotton ever. Like, I don't know if you can see, but these stitches are tiny, so I will definitely not be remaking this hat. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Probably unravel it or throw it up. But I did like the spiraling. Ooh, I did like the spiral, and I did like the colors, so I don't know. I literally have no idea what I'm gonna do with these three types of green. I don't think they go great with the blue, but they go nicely with the purple, I think. And then I have more cotton. This is cotton that I got in Washington, because a baby was born and I knit the anchor bonnet. So I don't, it goes with the purple, but it doesn't really go with the greens. So like if I wanted to use up all of this cotton, I need to make like a big thing. But I would love to make the flower top that Rose Fawn made, but I think I want it to be in a single color, and I think this cotton is like too thin and I would have to mix and match colors, so I'm not a fan of that, and it's gonna be like really fine work, so I don't know what to do with it. I think knit up cotton looks really nice, but I just have to, so I might make like a striped, if I'm like really patient, I could make like a long sleeve striped shirt in cotton. But I'm scared that cotton like stretches quite a bit when you wash it and it sags, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If you have recommendations for things to make with leftover cotton, please tell me. More white. I don't even know where this is from. This is some leftover Annelle Malmö, which is like, it's also cotton, but it's a little thicker. And I have this leftover from my frosty watch cap that I made. Pattern is available on Ravelry and the Ribblr. And then I have this hank of Issair alpaca too. Penelope and Steven is like a yarn store in Amsterdam, and they have the coolest yarn ever, but everything was like really expensive. It's like 30 bucks a skein, and I couldn't handle that. But I did get this gorgeous dark blue Issair alpaca, which was 9 bucks a skein, and I think that's nice. But I don't have a yarn winder. I don't have the wooden thing, and I don't have the cranking thing. So I wound up one of these by hand, and that was painful. And it's also 2-ply. It's fingering weight, so it's like, I don't know why I did this to myself. One skein is 250 meters, and like the problem is it's 50% alpaca, 50% wool, and it's like I have 2 of these, so 500 meters would be enough for like a summer top, but a summer top in wool and alpaca might not be the best idea. I know that people sometimes make summer tops out of wool because wool is like perfect for both seasons, but like, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. But I just love this color. So please let me know if you have anything that I can work with this. Maybe if I find like a mohair, I can make like... No, I don't know. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. See, that's why I will see like the most beautiful thing. I will see like the most beautiful green, and I think like, this is perfect for the Monday sweater by Petite Knit. But then I'm like, no. You still have a zipper sweater pattern, and you still have a chestnut sweater pattern. So you're gonna make those patterns first, and you're gonna find wool for those first. You're not gonna just buy wool because you don't have room for this and you don't have money for this. And I'm sorry, but I don't want like my whole closet filled with yarn because I'm not a yarn store, okay? And I'm trying to be a little bit sustainable and not spend all of my money. So please, suggestions, what I can do with this. I showed you this in my Everything I Knit in 2022 video. This is yarn that I found in my grandma's attic, and I honestly think it's acrylic with a mohair and maybe a little bit of wool. But I thought this was like a super cool yellow. I never wear yellow, but I just felt like I had to make something with it, so I wound it all up in these balls, and I have, oh god, okay, wait, let me show you this. See? That's why I had to clean up my yarn stash, because this just happens way too much. So yeah, I have this, and I have this, and honestly, I made this on, I think, 5.5 millimeters, so it's like pretty open. It was supposed to be a cardigan, but I think I'm gonna unravel it, although unraveling mohair is like awful. So maybe if like hobby yarn has like a perfect merino to go with this, I could make like something really cool with this, but I also have no idea how many meters, like what the yardage or meterage of this is. So maybe I should just make like a tight cardigan with this, because it's not gonna be enough for a sweater, I think. But then again, I never wear yellow, so I don't want to spend extra money on buying like yellow wool, you know? So I just want to make something with this. And honestly, I don't know what, maybe a scarf and a hat, that could be like really cute. I have like that could be like a cool pop of color. And I have like, I have to stop saying like, I have a long black trench coat, so this might go like really nicely. Pop of color. Just gonna slip that off. I think I'm just gonna put everything in Ziploc bags. I just think this is such a fascinating color. I just think this is such an interesting, cool color. So if anybody has like cool pattern suggestions, please tell me. Okay, so I wanted to speed through this, but I was basically talking about some yarns that I had got that said they were wool, but they were not actually wool. They were actually synthetic, which was a very big disappointment. And then I think I just went through some extra old acrylic that I had, and I all put it outside to take away to a flea market. Okay. Oh, this is a very heavy duty cotton that I have, but I do love the blue of this. But I did make a crochet bag with this that you cannot see right now. But it's not enough to make anything else with, I think. So I might also throw this out because it doesn't go with any other color I have, and I made with it what I wanted to make with it, so out. I don't even know why I have this color. I think it also might have been for that portfolio, but out. There's just like a big yarn cluster collecting on the bottom of my thing. Oh, this, okay, I got this as a birthday present last year, and I made my Ribblr tee with this, and I thought it was lovely. And I thought about combining this with something else, like with one of the cottons maybe, for like a headband or a bandana or whatever, but it's also very little, but it's a little amount. Yeah, hello, I don't know what happened there, but my camera cut off. Quite annoying, I don't know why. Or like something's wrong with my camera because it cut off, and it didn't say that on the camera. So I think anyway, I was kind of done with the video. This was towards the end. So if I'm not able to fix this problem, then this is the ending you'll see. And you can find me on all of these platforms you see on the screen, and I hope to see you there. I'm currently having one of my patterns test knit. If you want to see that pattern, go to my Instagram, and then hopefully it will be published in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I will find you on social media. No, you can find me on social media. Sorry, I'm not gonna find you.